This is such an interesting topic, and it could be talked about so many times over and over, is money versus passion. And that's something that when earlier we were talking about social media and like reality versus the screen and how fucked up that is, and how it's becoming this mix of two where we're being tricked as brains and as psychological, humans that doesn't even make sense, but like we are starting to perceive it all as one. And what I'm saying is money versus passion has been around for the test of time. It's like the story of the Wright brothers versus Samuel Pierpont Langley, or whatever his name is. Basically, Wright brothers used all their proceeds from the bicycle stand or their bicycle shop to, and I think I talked about this before, to make the flying device. And then the other dude was just out for like got a government grant, was out for the fame and attention of like being the first person to ever fly, and he didn't do it. And what I'm saying here is like money versus passion. And that's something that's so important, especially as you get older, is to realize like you want to be able to make sure that your passions can make you a living, and that your passions can support your lifestyle and support what you're doing. But you shouldn't be chasing money externally and knowing like, oh, I hate real estate, but I'm going to do real estate because it makes money. Like then your life's going to be turning into something that you hate for money. And that is a horrible idea, because when you look back, what's most valuable is your time. Time is the most valuable resource on this planet, and you can't get it back. So if you're going to be doing a job, and I say this a lot, is that if you're doing a job that you hate, but you're like, it'll pay off in 20 or 30 years, I'll have my retirement and I'm 85 and I'll get to go on vacation. It's like, wake up. I'm not talking shit on you, but I'm saying wake up. You have to understand that time is being robbed from you for a paycheck. And if you can ground yourself and understand and figure out a way to do your passions and figure out a way to find your passion, number one, and two, figure out a way to give that passion to others so that you can be compensated for it. And then you do that as a career, as a life. That is the ultimate goal, is to find that calling. Because there was, for example, I saw this thing that popped up on the internet, because I like to see some interesting things, that this guy got notices in the mail from his job. It was like some corporate job. He was getting he got like 3 to 5 different threats that he was going to get fired when he was dying of cancer, and his job didn't even know that or I think they knew, but they kept sending some part of the company was, obviously completely disconnected from the other part or whatever, and was sending these notices when he was dead. Like the dude literally died, and then his family saw all these notices of we're, basically threatening to, and it's like that is morally wrong. And if there's something going on, within a company, and this was not somebody that was hiding it from the company. This was somebody that was very vocal about I'm leaving, I'm sick, I got to go and handle this. There's something extremely wrong with corporate America in that way, and we have to have more of a loving organism together. And there's so much separation of just cold-blooded work versus genuine connections of people that you're around and you're living with, and you're literally spending your life with coworkers and different people, where it's there needs to be more of a human factor in society. And it's so fucked. The whole thing is so fucked, how money and power are literally ruling the world, and people can be so cold-blooded and cold-hearted when it's money versus passion. It's just keep your passions in check, keep your actions in check, so that you don't wake up one day and you realize that your whole life was a lie. Spend time with your family, spend time with the things that really are important, and try to align those with your work, and then you can do it all at once. But I know that's way easier said than done. But the more you're even thinking about it, the more you're even focused on it, ideally, the closer you will become to having it. But yeah. Dude, also the other thing, I feel like people, society in a way is crumbling, where people think that they can get away with more shit. But I saw this video that this 85-year-old liquor store owner was prepared, because he had all these cameras set up, and this dude rolls in with an AR-15 mask on trying to rob the store, and he wasn't ready. He was he was playing the part, but the 85-year-old had a shotgun behind there, fucking blew his arm off. Boom. And the guy's running out trying to get in the car. There's this video's on YouTube. He blew my arm off, blah, blah, blah. Like his arm's still there, but like he probably shot a fat hole in it. And I'm like, hell yeah, we need more dudes like that. Like more, like that's what's up. Because people like, you know, you're out here and you're seeing certain, you know, law enforcement and stuff like afraid to use their force. Of course, there's some fucked up shit where like cops are way out of line. But I'm saying like if a store owner is getting robbed, like more of that should start happening. So then there's less pieces of shit out there trying to rob somebody, you know? And then I saw another one where recently this bank robber or like somebody that was robbing somebody at an ATM got shot by somebody else. And then even my buddy, dude, my friend that you know, his cousin is a cop and was at a gas station with his family. I can't remember if I said this or not, but he was at a gas station with his family getting gas. All of a sudden, two dudes shooting out in the gas station, across the gas station. His family's in the car. This dude's a cop, but he was off duty. Boom, 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 boom. Shot and hurt one of them, killed the other one. Like, this is right here. You know? And like, yeah, absolutely. You can't get away with shit like that in open public in society. Like that, both those guys deserve to die. And then there's another story, and it's a pretty famous one where, and I don't really feel like, you know, voicing who it was, but dude got robbed inside of a, and I think if you're following me, you'll know who this is, but pulled up at it, you know, with his girlfriend, late night drive through. Dude tried to hijack their car or, you know, Grand Theft Auto, whatever. And he shot him, killed him, you know? It's like, dude, people should be held accountable for their actions. And if like they're going to go out and do some dumb shit like that, it should serve as inspiration to all the other dumbasses out there that they could die or they could get hurt and their lives are going to change. And, you know, it sucks that we're even out there thinking about things like this. But, you know, I wish that every school was armed with somebody ready to shoot anyone coming onto that campus with a gun. You know, like I wish that we could figure out more ways to pump more money and more protection into certain things so that there's no bullshit. Like kids don't get, you know, attention for shooting up a school. No one talks about it and they fucking die right away. Like that is what has to happen. So then no one will be like, oh, you know, and actually I saw some interview the other day. Somebody's like, no one ever shot up a school for having too much sex. It was like, there was some like thing where like somebody's like sexually frustrated. They're going through puberty or something somebody said something wrong or somebody said something hurtful and, I'm a weak little bitch. I'm going to shoot up the school. Like, okay, that's different as far as like emotion wise of where that came from. But at the same time, kill that motherfucker. If he's going to go out there and then it'll serve as a message for future generations. Like no fucking around, no more bullshit, no pulling pranks. There was another one. I saw the UFC fights this weekend. This UFC fighter, Jalen Turner, was like standing on an escalator in Vegas. And this prankster guy came up behind him and he's like, oh yeah, like on the phone, like, yeah, like trying to pull a prank. Like, yeah, I'd fuck all these guys up, boom, boom. And then his trainer, his wrestling coach just fucking choke slams this dude on the escalator. And it was amazing. It's like, yeah. And then I saw another one where this guy in Home Depot like goes up behind this old dude and like blows a horn, boom. And the guy just fucking grabs him, takes him to the ground. You can't be fucking with random people in society, man, for your stupid little YouTube clip. Like you're going to get real life repercussions. Like don't go around being a piece of shit. And I think more kids and more pranks and all this shit. It's like all this TikTok and Instagram, people going out there and doing like prank stuff. It's like, you're not adding any value to anybody besides your dumb little 15 seconds of fame. Like go out there and figure out a way to actually do something good. You know, you're not pleasing anyone long-term. You're not creating any lasting entertainment by affecting genuine people. If it's set up and it's fake and everyone knows what's going on, that's different. But like when random people are being affected in a bad way, like the people in charge of doing those things deserve the repercussions of those actions. Now I sound like fucking God, dude. But it's true. You know, it's true.